Dan Brown has written some of the best-selling thrillers of recent years. Now, on historyradio.org, Michael Henrik Wynn examines the popularity of Brown's stories, in a short satirical piece entitled, The Lure of Dan Brown.
I am not putting up with this anymore.
Putting up with what? I can't talk to people?
You asked me to marry you again.
Parent.
I am not going to marry you and Clarissa. I am sick of putting up with her.
The Lure of Dan Brown. Detective Johnson was tired after a long day at work. A woman had been screaming at her husband for hours. He'd hit her and she'd fallen down the stairs and broken a foot. Then there was paperwork, lots of it. He sat for hours in front of the PC, then printed it out at dusk and left it in the files. He drove home yawning and threw himself on the couch exhausted. There was not much light in the apartment. He had strained his eyes in the white hospital corridors. Now he was alone. There were cars in the street. He could not hear them, but their headlights reflected on his curtains as they passed. He made a good cup of tea, got into his best pajamas, and opened the new Dan Brown novel. There he read the following paragraph. The detective arrived at the scene and found the Egyptian hieroglyph that the serial killer had left in order to lead the psychological profilers to his new victim. There was also a newly discovered map of hidden catacombs beneath the National Assembly, in which Russian agents had installed an advanced copper apparatus for assembling Archimedes' Antikythera mechanism. Would the riddle ever be solved? Why were the hieroglyphs Coptic in origin and not Greek? And where had the serial killer found his text? Because among the ramblings of insane threats and intimidations, there were secret US government codes linked to a mysterious new wing of the Area 51 Research Center. Forces were now at work which no one could control. Then Detective Johnson smiled as he lost control and fell asleep.
You have just heard Michael Henrik Wynn reading his short satirical text, The Lure of Dan Brown. This is historyradio.org, a free radio stream promoting knowledge of literature and history.